In this metal guide for Ark Valguero Ascended, I will show you the top 10 metal locations where you can farm thousands of metal quickly and safely. I'll give you map and GPS coordinates for each metal location and give you some great tips on how to easily find and farm all the metal you need on the Valguero map. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get started. Let's start with hands down the best starting metal location in all of Ark Valguero. Check out all of that metal, and this is all right on the coast in one of the easiest starting locations on the whole map. Nothing dangerous spawns in this little canyon, but you might get some stuff falling down from the Redwoods that'll give you some trouble. But if you're lucky, this spot is incredible, and it's right next to the starting areas. That's the Hobbit Village, and that's the Beginner Castle. If you spawn in Zone 1, the small island zone, it'll put you right next to all of this metal. The metal is located at 60.9, 40.2, but you can easily access it by raft from just about anywhere on the map. This is another incredibly easy metal location for beginners. It's almost all herbivores that spawn around here. You might get something dangerous wandering in, but there's all of that metal all next to each other right on the coast, and it's super easy to pull up a raft and grab that. But the great thing about this spot is it's full of Ankies, so you can tame yourself an Anki and start Anki harvesting metal with auto harvest right on day one as soon as you get a raft. It's also real easy to spot this location because it's on the right and left side of this island with a giant tree sticking out on the lake. The exact location here is 63.4, 51.7, and you can access this so easily from a raft anywhere on this lake. This mountain with all the cherry trees directly behind Green Ob is covered in metal deposits. They're all over the place, also tons of crystal, and there's actually silica pearls in the waterfalls below. And this spot over here has tons more, lots of obsidian. I mean, it's everywhere over here. We're right next to Green Ob, so it's a great convenient location. The exact coordinates are 47.3, 67.8, and if you don't mind fighting the Argies, it's a great spot. You've also got more metal down here all over these mountains, and they're actually right next to this base spot, which is a great place to drop a metal outpost at 52.9, 72.6, and if you prefer to live on a big coliseum on the mountaintop, this is also in range with lots of its own metal deposits and obsidian right over here at exactly 40.8, 67.4. For more info about all these base locations and another super secret one right underneath Green Ob, check out my other guide in the link in the description. So what could be better than Metal Mountain on Valguero? Well, how about two metal mountains? There is tons of metal all over this mountain over here, lots of obsidian and crystal too, and you can pick up some Ankies to help you gather it, but there's probably, 30, 40 metal nodes on this one. The location is 25.4, 76.3, but just across the lake, this cherry tree is another set of metal, and probably another 20 or 30 metal nodes over here, and on top of the mountain is actually a oil node. You can put an oil pump down too. So tons of good resources on these two mountains at about 26.7, 68.6. And if you set up a metal outpost in the middle of this lake, you can have easy, quick access to those. And in the distance, you can see that Coliseum with the other amazing metal mountain over there. This Redwoods Castle is one of the best metal outpost locations because check out all that metal scattered right next to it, but then the best part is these mountaintops around it. The entire mountain is absolutely covered with metal deposits, also loads of crystal and obsidian. Basically everywhere you go there are more metal nodes, and there's probably like 50 of them all the way around the back of this mountain. So the exact location of this castle is at 60.3, 10, and even the valley behind it, there's a bunch of metal lining the top of that near these waterfalls. So I mean, you're never going to run out of metal in this canyon, and there's lots of good base spots nearby. This is one of the best, most concentrated metal locations in the White Cliffs area. You can see there's tons of metal, crystal, and obsidian scattered all over this huge plateau. And there's a lot of nice little plateaus rising above it that you can put a metal outpost on, get a nice ramp that'll keep you safe from all of the Deinonychus that spawn up here, and get you access to all of these resources. You can also tame Ankies right up here, and having Deinonychus nests nearby can be a big asset when you're on a cliff like this, because you can get the Deinonychus to chase you right off the edge and then get all of their eggs while you're here for the best kibble in the game. The exact location of this plateau is at 75.8, 71.9, and it's not too far into the area where you can easily fly from the lake or other biomes. Bear with me for a minute because this is a bit spread out, but this jungle castle has some of the best metal locations all spread around it. And we're going to start with this cave right here at the Red Falls. The location here is 34.9, 88.2, and we're going to go right through the third to the left falls, and there's a cave back here that is absolutely loaded with metal and obsidian. This is a great spot to get all your metal, but you'll have to bring a flyer through here and an Anki maybe, because you'll block off the spawns if you build in there. Moving on around here, almost every plateau in this jungle area has loads of metal, crystal, or obsidian. And then if we look for this fall right here with the entrance to the aberration zone, there's a waterfall just above it, and then right back in here is another cave that's absolutely loaded with metal and plants that grow organic polymer. The location is 30.5, 94.1. You can harvest that polymer with your bare hands or gathering stuff, and then there's a lot of metal scattered around some of these other plateaus just littered throughout the jungle all over the place, some right here, some back in here. So it is an absolutely awesome metal location if you've got an RG and an Anki and you don't mind flying around a little bit to look for it. If you like having tons of metal inside your base, check out this waterfall cave. This place is absolutely full of metal and crystal all over the place. It's actually got a lot more crystal than metal, but there are quite a few metal nodes scattered throughout this place, and nothing spawns in here. You can easily just build inside if you're playing PvE, and have all the metal you could possibly need inside this cave without having to leave. This is also the entrance to the underground ocean down there, so a lot of cool stuff inside this cave. Let me show you how to actually find it here. So you're looking for these waterfalls up here in the Tundra area, and the exact location is 33.9, 9.8. This is the king of all metal mountains, located in the middle of the Redwoods forest. There is an absolutely huge amount of metal nodes, like probably 50 of them. Also tons of crystal, lots of obsidian, just scattered all over the place up here. And we've even got a couple of oil nodes that you can put an oil pump on here and get all the oil you need. So this is actually located really close to the new Redwoods castle. You can check that out in my base location guide. And there's a really nice little outcropping over here where you can put together a great metal outpost base. And with just like one good dino gateway, you can block off this plateau, have this be a nice safe spot for you to build your base, and then come over here and gather ridiculous amounts of metal from this mountain. And the giant metal mountain in the Redwoods is located right at 84.2, 39.9, and this is the new Redwoods castle right over here, so it's real close by for a flyer. This is another one of the best metal locations in the White Cliffs area. You can see there's tons of metal here, but the downside and benefit is it's full of Deinonychus. Makes it real hard to deal with them when you can't knock them off a cliff, but there's also the best eggs in the game for kibble. You can just grab them and make extraordinary kibble right out of their eggs while you're here, if you can kill off all the other Deinonychus. So the exact location here is at 89.8, 77.3. Look for this huge lake over here, and it'll be real easy to find. And this is actually right next to some of the best base locations in Valguero. If you check out my other guide and the link in the description, you'll be able to see all of those base locations, and you might want to live right next to this spot. Let me know in the comments if you use any of these metal locations, or if you know of any other really good metal spots on Valguero. If this metal guide helped you, please give it a thumbs up so it can help more people. If you'd like to set up a main base or metal outpost near one of the best metal locations in Valguero, check the link in the description of this video to watch my guide on the top 20 Valguero base locations. I am making more Valguero resource guides right now, so make sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for all notifications so you don't miss the next game-changing Valguero guide, which will make your life so much easier. And I will see you in the next video.